Hello, welcome back everyone to the Linguasphere Academy podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sam, right here with you. So glad you're with us again.
I was thinking about something this morning. I was sitting on my couch with a cup of tea, reading a book, and I realized that I had been reading for 2 hours without even noticing.
That's the magic of reading, isn't it? You start reading and suddenly the world disappears.
Exactly. And I started thinking about everything reading has done for me, not just for my English, but for my mind, my empathy, my creativity.
Reading is truly powerful. It's one of the most underrated activities we can do.
Today, our topic is the secret power of reading. We're going to explore why reading is so important, how it benefits your brain, and how it can transform your English learning.
By the end of this episode, you'll see reading in a whole new light, and you'll want to pick up a book right away.
As always, we'll speak clearly and keep it friendly. Lots of examples, lots of laughs, lots of encouragement.
So get comfortable. Let's start with the most important question. What is the secret power of reading?
Reading is like a workout for your brain. Every time you read, you're exercising your mind.
When you read, your brain creates new connections. It builds new pathways. It strengthens existing ones.
Scientists have studied this. They've put people in brain scanners and watched what happens when they read.
And what they found is incredible. When you read, multiple areas of your brain light up at the same time.
The areas for language, obviously, but also the areas for sensory experience, the areas for emotion, the areas for movement.
So when you read, "He kicked a ball," the part of your brain that controls kicking activates, even though you're not moving.
When you read, "She smelled fresh bread," the part of your brain that processes smell activates, even though there's no bread.
Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between reading about an experience and actually having it.
That's why a good book can make you feel like you're there. Your brain is literally simulating the experience.
Now let's talk about how reading improves your language skills. This is why it's so important for English learners.
Every time you read, you're exposing your brain to vocabulary, grammar, sentence structures, and writing styles.
You're not just learning new words, you're seeing how they fit together. You're absorbing patterns without even trying.
This is called incidental learning. You learn without realizing you're learning.
You read a word in context, and your brain figures out its meaning. You see a grammar structure repeated, and your brain starts to expect it.
The more you read, the more your brain gets used to the patterns of English.
And here's the amazing part. This works even if you don't understand every word. Your brain is still learning.
So, if you're reading a book and you don't know 10% of the words, that's okay. Your brain is still building connections.
Now let's talk about reading and vocabulary. This is huge.
Studies show that people who read regularly have much larger vocabularies than people who don't.
Not just a little larger, significantly larger. Reading exposes you to words you would never hear in everyday conversation.
In spoken English, we use about 5,000 to 10,000 different words. In written English, especially in books, there are many more.
A novel might use 20,000 to 50,000 different words. The more you read, the more words you're exposed to.
And here's the key. You don't need to memorize them. Your brain learns them naturally from context.
You read a word in context, and your brain figures out its meaning. You see a grammar structure repeated, and your brain starts to expect it.
That's how children learn their first language, and it works for learning a second language too.
Now let's talk about reading and empathy. This is one of the most beautiful benefits of reading.
When you read fiction, you step into another person's mind. You see the world through their eyes. You feel what they feel.
You experience their joys, their sorrows, their fears, their hopes. You live another life, even if only for a few hundred pages.
Studies have shown that people who read literary fiction are significantly better at understanding other people's emotions.
They call this theory of mind. It's the ability to understand that other people have different thoughts, feelings, and perspectives from your own.
Reading fiction exercises that muscle. You practice being someone else. You practice feeling what they feel. You practice understanding why they do what they do.
And that skill transfers directly to real life. Readers are more empathetic. They're better at understanding people who are different from them.
Now let's talk about reading and stress reduction. This is something we can all benefit from.
Studies have found that reading for just 6 minutes can reduce stress levels by up to 68%.
Let me say that again. 6 minutes of reading can lower your stress by more than 2/3.
That's more effective than listening to music, going for a walk, or more effective than drinking a cup of tea.
Why does reading have such a powerful effect on stress? Because reading requires focus.
When you're immersed in a story, you're not thinking about your problems. You're not worrying about work. You're not replaying that awkward conversation in your head.
Your mind is somewhere else. Your heart rate slows down, your muscles relax, your breathing becomes deeper and more regular.
It's like a mini vacation for your brain, a mental escape from the pressures of daily life.
Now let's talk about reading and sleep. This is a habit that can transform your nights.
Reading before bed signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. It's a ritual that tells your body, we're done with the day, rest is coming.
But here's the key. Read a physical book or an e-reader without a backlight, not a phone or a tablet with a bright screen.
The blue light from screens tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. It suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy.
That's why scrolling on your phone before bed often leaves you feeling wide awake even when you're tired.
But a book is perfect. No blue light, no notifications, no distractions. Just you and the words on the page. Your brain relaxes, your eyes get tired, you drift off naturally without fighting your own biology.
Now let's talk about reading and focus. In a world of notifications, alerts, and endless scrolling, focus has become a rare and valuable skill.
Every time you pick up your phone, you're training your brain to be distracted. Every notification is an interruption. Every buzz is a break in your attention.
Over time, this trains your brain to have a very short attention span. You can't focus on anything for more than a few minutes.
Reading is the opposite. When you read, you're practicing sustained focus. You're training your brain to pay attention to one thing for an extended period.
10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour. Your brain learns to ignore distractions and stay on task.
This is a skill, and like any skill, it gets better with practice.
The more you read, the easier it is to focus, and that focus carries over to other areas of your life.
Now let's talk about reading and memory.
Every time you read, you're exercising your memory.
You have to remember characters, plot points, settings, relationships, timelines. Your brain is constantly building and retrieving memories.
This is like a workout for your brain's memory centers. The hippocampus, the part of your brain that handles long-term memory, gets stronger.
And the benefits don't stop with the book. Regular reading is associated with slower cognitive decline as we age.
People who read regularly are less likely to develop dementia and Alzheimer's disease. Their brains stay healthier longer.
Now let's talk about reading and creativity. This is another surprising benefit.
Reading exposes you to new ideas, new perspectives, new worlds. Your brain makes connections between what you're reading and what you already know.
Those connections are the foundation of creativity. New ideas come from combining old ideas in new ways.
The more you read, the more raw material your brain has to work with, the more connections it can make.
Many of the most creative people in history were also voracious readers. They weren't born creative, they fed their brains with ideas.
Now let's talk about reading in a second language. This is where it gets really exciting for our listeners.
Reading in English is one of the most effective ways to improve your language skills, period.
You're learning vocabulary in context. You're seeing grammar in action. You're absorbing natural sentence structures.
And you can do it at your own pace. If a sentence is hard, you can read it again. If you don't know a word, you can guess from context or look it up.
Unlike listening to a podcast or watching a movie, reading lets you control the speed. You can pause, you can reread, you can think.
The key is to read at the right level. Not too easy, not too hard. A good rule of thumb, if you don't know more than 5 words on a page, it's probably too hard. If you know every word, it might be too easy.
You want to be challenged, but not frustrated. You want to be learning, but not struggling.
There are books written specifically for English learners at different levels. They're called graded readers. They use controlled vocabulary and grammar.
Graded readers are an excellent place to start. You can find them online or in many bookstores.
You can also read books you've already read in your first language. You know the story, so you can focus on the language.
Now let's talk about how to build a reading habit. This is the most important part of all.
Start small. Don't try to read a novel a week. Don't set unrealistic goals. Start with 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes, that's it. Read before bed, or on your commute, or while you're waiting for something.
The goal is consistency, not quantity. 10 minutes every day is infinitely better than an hour once a week.
After a few weeks, you'll find yourself reading longer, not because you're forcing yourself, but because you want to.
The habit will build itself. You'll start looking forward to your reading time.
Find books you actually enjoy. This is crucial. If you don't like a book, put it down and try another one.
There's no prize for finishing a book you hate. Reading should be pleasure, not punishment.
Try different genres: fiction, nonfiction, mystery, romance, science fiction, biography, fantasy, history. Something will click.
Now let's bring back Maya. Maya has been struggling with her English for years.
She's tried flashcards, she's tried apps, she's tried classes. She's studied grammar rules until her head hurts.
But she's not seeing progress. She can read okay, but speaking is hard. She still translates in her head.
A friend suggests she try reading, just a little bit every day. Not textbooks, not grammar exercises, real books.
Maya is skeptical. She's tried reading before and it was too hard, but her friend suggests a graded reader, a book written specifically for learners.
Maya starts with a simple story, only 50 pages. She reads 10 minutes a day.
At first, it's hard. She doesn't know some words. She has to guess the meaning from context, but she keeps going.
After a week, she finishes the book. She's proud of herself. She starts another one.
After a month, she notices something. Her vocabulary is improving. She recognizes words she used to struggle with.
Her reading speed is faster. She doesn't have to sound out every word anymore.
She understands more without translating. The English just makes sense.
After 3 months, she's reading books written for native speakers. Simple ones, yes, but real books.
And something else is happening. Her speaking is improving too. Without studying grammar, without practicing conversation, her speaking is getting better.
Why? Because her brain has absorbed so many natural English patterns from all that reading. The grammar just sounds right now.
Now let's talk about how to choose what to read. This can be overwhelming with so many options.
Start with short texts, news articles, blog posts, short stories. They're less intimidating than a whole book.
Read about topics you already care about. If you love football, read football news. If you love cooking, read recipes. If you love history, read history articles.
When you're interested in the topic, you'll be motivated to understand. You won't give up as easily.
You can also read the same text multiple times. The first time, just try to get the main idea. The second time, notice new words. The third time, read for detail.
Each time you read it, you'll understand more. Your brain is building a map of the text.
You can also listen and read at the same time. Many books have audio versions. Follow along with the audio.
This helps connect the written word to the spoken sound. It's excellent for pronunciation and listening comprehension. Now, let's talk about the science of why reading works. This is fascinating.
Your brain has something called neuroplasticity. It means your brain can change and grow throughout your life. It's not fixed.
Every time you learn something new, your brain physically changes. New connections form between neurons. Existing connections get stronger.
Reading is one of the most effective ways to trigger neuroplasticity. It challenges your brain in multiple ways at once.
Language processing, memory retrieval, visualization, emotional response, focus and attention, all at the same time.
It's like a full-body workout for your brain, multiple systems working together.
And the more you read, the more your brain adapts to make reading easier. You'll read faster, you'll comprehend more, you'll enjoy it more.
It's a virtuous cycle. Reading makes you better at reading, and being better at reading makes you want to read more.
Now, let's talk about reading and intelligence. This is a common question.
Does reading make you smarter? The evidence suggests yes.
Reading exposes you to new ideas, new vocabulary, new ways of thinking. It builds your knowledge base.
People who read regularly tend to have higher general knowledge. They know more about history, science, culture, current events.
They also tend to have better verbal intelligence, the ability to understand and use language.
But it's not just about accumulating facts. Reading also builds critical thinking skills.
When you read, you're constantly evaluating information. Is this character reliable? Is this argument logical? Does this evidence support the conclusion?
Those are the same skills you need to evaluate news, make decisions, and solve problems in real life.
So yes, reading makes you smarter. Not in a magic way, but in a very real, practical way.
Now, let's bring back Maya one more time.
Maya has been reading every day for 6 months now. She has a long chain of X's on her calendar.
She reads for 20 minutes every evening before bed. It's become her favorite part of the day.
Her English has improved dramatically. Her vocabulary is richer. Her grammar is more natural. Her speaking is more confident.
She still has an accent, she still makes mistakes, but she's no longer stuck.
She's no longer the person who wants to learn English. She's the person who reads in English every day.
And that has made all the difference.
Now, here's your challenge for this week.
Read something in English every day for 7 days.
Just 10 minutes a day, that's all.
It can be a book, a news article, a blog post, a short story, anything.
Choose something you're genuinely interested in. If you like sports, read sports news. If you like cooking, read recipes. If you like stories, read fiction.
Don't worry about understanding every word. Just read. Let your brain do its work.
At the end of the week, notice how you feel. Does reading feel a little easier? Do you recognize more words?
Then come back and tell us in the comments. What did you read? How did it feel?
We read every comment. Your reading journeys inspire us and other listeners.
Remember, every time you read, you're changing your brain. You're building connections. You're getting smarter.
Reading is not just about learning English. It's about becoming a more thoughtful, more empathetic, more focused, more creative person.
So pick up a book, open an article, start reading. Your brain will thank you.
Thank you for spending this time with us. We'll be back next week with another topic.
Until then, happy reading.
And hey, before you go, if this episode inspired you to read more, please hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it means we can keep making these brain-boosting episodes. Yes, please, and leave us a comment. What are you reading right now? Or what do you want to read?
We read every comment. Your book recommendations help other listeners.
Subscribe, comment, share. It helps more people discover the power of reading.
Thanks again, everyone. Now go read something.
Bye for now.
Bye.